The Icons of Real Estate Podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from top-producing icon agents? Ready to skyrocket your business? This podcast is for you. Tune in every week with your host, Tomasz Fonseca, and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your business, from $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters in Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
Welcome to another episode of the Icons of Real Estate podcast, where we highlight top professionals who are making waves in the industry. Now, I'm your host, Karen Roberts, and today I'm excited to introduce Racynta, who is with EXP and who is serving Montgomery, Alabama, and the surrounding areas with 8 years of experience. She specializes in homes, commercial spaces, multifamily units, and townhouses, delivering personalized solutions with professionalism and market expertise. So whether you're buying or selling, Racynta's attentive and tailored approach ensures a very smooth and seamless real estate journey. So let's dive into her journey. Thank you for being here, Racynta.
Thank you, Karen, for having me. And I'm excited about this journey with you guys on Icon Real Estate, to be here and to just welcome me, which is Racynta, Coach Home Chaser from Montgomery, to be a part of this wave that you guys are creating with Icon Real Estate Podcast.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. So the listeners always want to know a little bit about your backstory. So what initially sparked your interest in pursuing a career in real estate, and how has that evolved? How has that passion evolved over the years?
Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about myself, which I have a book, Unbreakable Ambition, that's on Amazon, which Racynta Abdullah is the author there. But I'll tell you a little bit about my background. 2008, during the crisis, I used to invest in real estate and do a lot in real estate investment. I was a used car dealership owner. And with the wave, with the mortgages, I lost the house. So I wound up losing the house, moving back to my first homestead home with the mortgage crisis, with the arms and things of that sort. So it led me down a path 2 years later, starting in 2010, 11. I started investing in real estate and going back in, paying cash, saving up money, paying cash for rentals. And I did that. And the realtor that I was working with, his name is REMAX. He's not a realtor anymore, but he wound up telling me that I should go into real estate. And I'm like, well, I don't know. He said, you do great with cars. Why not go into real estate? So I wound up getting my real estate license, joined one brokerage, which was a small brokerage, stayed there for a year, became a top producer there. And I felt like I needed challenge. So it led me 16 months in the industry. I joined REMAX in 2018. So once I joined REMAX, I did not know that was the brokerage that sold me that home that I actually lost in 2008 with the arms and the bad mortgage crisis. I did not know when I joined. I did not know whatsoever. So I wind up not knowing where I fit in real estate. I didn't know if I wanted to work with investors or if I wanted to deal with, sellers, buyers. So I wind up just deciding to live on intentional. I read a book, John Maxwell, Intentional Living. So with that book, it led me to just get up each day and live intentionally, to connect with people, in going through shopping centers, doing seminars on home buyer segments. And so I started educating buyers and sellers. A lot of people need the time, take up more time with them, give them a thorough understanding. So I did that, whether they got qualified or not. I left them feeling like they was a winner when they left. And a lot of times if they did not get qualified, I became a go-to person to help with accountability on credit, and getting better credit in order to qualify. So it led me to selling over 200 homes in less than 4.5 years at REMAX. So I went from being there first year, I became, a 75,000 year earner. I forget what level that is. Then I went next year, I became a 100 club winner. So then I went from that to Platinum Club agent. So I was Platinum Club agent for 2 years. And it led me selling over 200 homes in the market with less than $200,000 price point homes. So I sold 50 plus homes in 2 or 3 years each year. And I did that basically by going out, talking to people and educating people on how to buy. And if you can't buy, what can we start and what we'll finish? We'll finish sooner or later. It's not about the time, it's about starting. So it led me to be a top producer in the 1% category in Montgomery, Alabama. And early this year, EXP contacted me and they was looking for a growth coach solution, a coach specialist in Alabama. So my broker wound up passing in July. And I told them no in May. And I went back and revisited the offer in August once he passed. And I decided to take this leap of faith with EXP. So I'm the Alabama growth coach with LGI EXP. And they also opened doors for me to get my own branch brokerage, which is Home Chaser Team. And it's the only EXP branch brokerage right now in Montgomery, Alabama. So
Awesome.
I'm
Wow, what a
basically,
journey.
yeah, it was a journey of me learning to connect with people. So I have a course that's called Referral Riches. Referral riches mean if you go out and connect with people, sooner or later it'll lead you to the path of being, I can't say a rich entrepreneur, but the riches of value, adding value into people down the line. And that's what really it's about. The more referrals you get by going and connect, the more people are going to send to you in business as a realtor. And what happened
Mm.
a lot of the times, like I had a seminar one time in Auburn, Alabama. Nobody qualified. Maybe like 13 people showed up. Nobody qualified. But even out of that seminar, I still gained referrals. That is, I talked to people, I encouraged them. So if somebody else was trying to buy a house, they would say, look, call her. She'll take up the time and the patience with you. So when the interest rates went low, I mean, I was working 10, 14 hours selling in average months, 10, 12 closing deals. And I worked pretty hard as an independent agent, which I had at REMAX TriStar. So I just recently
Wow.
left them and now with EXP. So I will be an agent attraction too with EXP. And also a coach in order to help empower other real estate agents that's struggling in the market to connect empowerment and to inspire. So that's,
Brilliant.
yeah.
Wow, fantastic journey. And now finally you're being rewarded for your efforts with
Right.
EXP. So 8 years experience. What do
Right.
you find the most rewarding thing about helping clients buy or sell homes?
I think whenever they get the keys and close, um, that's really rewarding because they start on a foundation. And I went
Mm.
after a lot of first-time home buyers to educate and empower them, but more so the challenges of real estate, the good always outweigh the bad, which I had the first this year. I had like 7 deals fall out. And I couldn't believe I had 7 deals to fall out. But even though those deals fell out, I'm like, well, you know what? It's time for me to create the knowledge that I know. It's time for me to improve it, which I joined Maxwell Leadership. So I'm executive Maxwell Leadership coach, speaker. I joined in 22. So Maxwell always talk about, which that book, Intentional Living, is really what led me down the path to the growth that I had in real estate. So I went back and joined his organization to get more knowledge on how could I grow more. So he talked about whatever your gift is and the area that you have your strength, use that in order to empower other people. So that's what I did. And so that's what I'm doing right now in being a part of EXP and being a growth coach at Alabama, where I could actually have agents, mentor agents, and bring them apart, beginner agents or struggling agents to teach them how they can be a better agent, not only a better agent with the changes of the market. Technology is changing. I'm always up on technology. So I use technology in order to force my business. I really never paid for referrals. I never ever paid for referrals. I thought Zillow, not saying Zillow is a bad thing of paying for leads, but I really never did that. I just used my relationship as a platform to connect with people. And when I made that person feel special, they wind up sending me somebody else. So I
Mhm.
think that's the number one thing when you know that you're helping. And even if they can't qualify, I like it when they come back and a year down the line or 2 months down the line, we wind up closing. So I love
Mm,
that. So it's just it's a phenomenal experience. And you never know
awesome.
what you'll get in real estate. So mindset is the number one thing in real estate.
Yeah, 100%. And
Yes,
you work with a lot of, you know, variety of property
yes,
types, so houses, commercial spaces, multifamily units, and townhomes. So,
right.
what inspired you to diversify your expertise?
I saw where the gap lied. I saw where where it didn't matter the different type of deals that I did. I basically saw where I could be used as a vessel to help people, to connect with people. So I did that even on the investment side. Like right now, an investor have me doing 7 flips in Montgomery as a beginner. Yeah, I was doing that when I left REMAX, but it gave me a big, how can I say, it made me feel alive again because I was able to create.
Mm,
When I was at Remax, it was all about the sales and numbers. That's why I just pushed towards the sales and numbers. And I didn't even know I had sold as many as I did. Like the highest I did there one year was like 11, 12 million in sale growth as an agent. So with me doing that, I look back at it like, well, I only want to do 5 million. I left the other brokers doing 2.5, and I wanted challenge when I got the Remax. Everybody was doing 5 to 7 million, so I only wanted to do 5 to 7. So for me to look back at my numbers, just to stay on the pace of connecting and just staying out there helping people, it led to the success in the numbers that I had. So I'm basically
wow.
on track to do higher numbers, I feel like. And really, it's not about the numbers anymore. I'm doing more on the investment side. So I have a real estate investment course that I'm cranking up where I want to do more with flips and investors in the market. So really, that's my new niche. And I'm gonna challenge
Right.
myself there on top of coaching agents. So that's just it. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
fantastic. You're covering all bases. You're covering all
Okay.
bases.
Yes, yes.
So,
So when people talk about the market, it's all about what you make of the market, you know? And I believe in manifestation. I believe in putting good things in the atmosphere, and God's going to bring you good energy back if you put it out there. So even like this year when things got crazy and slow, I wind up with the investment course. Now I got a real estate investor who believes in me and my craft in this market. So it was like, well, you know what? You believe in me, I got to believe in me too. So it's
there
basically
you
having
go.
that mindset to be able to challenge your inner self. So, hey, I'm here.
Awesome. There
Yeah.
you go. There you go. So great. People listening out there. Yeah, people can complain about what's going on. What's going on is outside of your control. So you've got to be
Totally
adaptable
outside
to
of control.
change.
Yes.
Mm,
And I have my days like anybody else. When I have my days, I go back to the early morning meditation, gym, detoxing, fasting for that day, anything to get me reset.
back.
And I believe in resets because if not, you're going to take your day-to-day activity and just it can overwhelm you as an agent. And it can lead you where you self-sabotaging yourself, imposter syndrome, all of those things if you don't pour into yourself first before you start pouring into other people. So I think
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I do each day. If you look right here, I have stickies everywhere. And, I believe in those stickies and pouring into myself versus worried about what people think or how they see you. I think you got to see yourself at the value that you bring to others. And
Oh,
if you see yourself
absolutely.
at that value, you don't have to worry about how people see you because you're adding value. And that's what I believe in doing.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
you go. You're showing up and serving first.
Yes.
So
Yes.
how do you balance listening to clients' unique needs while implementing effective marketing strategies to achieve their goals? How do you balance that?
It's hard. It's hard to balance because I'm more on the creative side. Like even when I first started Remax, I just went out and gave 5 business cards a day, going in shopping centers, going in stores. I still get business from that, by the way. That was 7, 8 years ago. But to balance everything, like right now, AI has shifted
Oh,
everything. So with AI shifting everything, it I'm using it as leverage with my business. So right now I'm actually creating more marketing strategy to help agents. And I have systems and programs that I have got from Maxwell and different places where I can be more effectively helping agents based upon that marketing that I actually know. Because really lead magnets is a new wave. Funnels is the new wave. I have a book online at Amazon, Referral Riches. The Referral Riches is about sales funnels, to funnel all your sales funnels and then creating sales funnels in order to get your CRM built up, even as a beginner agent. So you
Ah,
can connect on different levels of marketing, but it's hard. Like, when I'm sitting here like telling you 7 houses this man had me go in and gut out and do, and we didn't completed all of them, but 2, we haven't started the other 2, but I'm grateful for the journey of doing it. And then I was able to still bring deals to the table and also leave in REMAX to start this new venture that I'm doing with EXP. So yeah, and the Home Chaser team, like I said, is the only branch office in Montgomery, but we're more of a workshop facility. I feel like I want to do it more of workshopping where we can empower online worldwide to agents and to create a better mindset, not just a better mindset, learn new systems. The systems is
mm,
what make real estate. That's where the balance lies. The systems,
there you
organization.
go.
And I'm not an organizer, by the way, but for as like the systems, I can do
They're
them all day long.
systems.
The
Well,
systems.
we've got systems. We've got
Yes.
systems. Brilliant. So, yeah, thank you for that. So, um, how have things been then this year? Because everybody we speak to say the same. This year's been a weird year.
Very.
So, how many transactions did you do last year compared to what you think you're going to close this year on?
Well, last year I did great. I did pretty well last year. But give or take, I really pulled back from transaction this year because I wanted to create more on. I didn't know where God was taking me, but I knew it was a transition period coming up, and that was in February. And I talked to my teammate, which was Lori Boone, David Boone that's on my team, and I started creating. So I started creating these ebooks, for his ebooks, cell funnels, lead magnets. And it led me whenever the deals, I had 7 deals on the table. Out of 7 deals, only 3 of them went through. And really, in the end, it was about in a 3-month span, 7 deals fell out. So I look back at that. Yeah, it was ouch. It was big ouch.
Yeah.
So I went back to show gratitude. By the time May came in, I'm one of those earners where I feel like by May I should be at 6 figures. I'm just crazy like that, but I do it. I do it all the time. But this year it wasn't that. And I'm like, well, okay, I had to give myself grace and say the deals fell out, but I was able to create. When I created Referral Riches, EXP saw it on LinkedIn. They reached out to me. So now it was meant for me to go through that time.
Ah,
Yeah, when I started the creation, 9 days later, they sent me an email. So it was more like, okay, it challenged me to a different area. I lost deals like every other agent, but guess what? I learned to create. When we lose, we go and show gratitude and say it's just the learning curve of experience of real estate, being a realtor. If I don't go through it and tell people about my experience, how could I help somebody, right? So I turn
mm,
around and use it as gratitude and just say, you know what? Let me just go and create something else. So when I
brilliant.
created that, that's when EXP said, you know what, we'll hire you as a growth coach at Alabama. Come aboard with us and take this journey. So it's a new journey with me. Transaction wise, yes, I lost. Did I still do and cover 6 figures? Yes, I did. Not as high as I normally do, but I could say I'm always doing that because I
Mm,
systems, the strategies together to do that. And like right now, I've always been a buyer's agent. I have 14 listings right now because I
wow.
first this year I wanted to challenge myself on listings because the market was shifting and I wanted to do more coaching so I could be more valuable in my time with the listings. Well, I look at it with my new brokers I started now I have 14 listings right now and I have 2 under contract. So I'm still selling
Brilliant.
2, 3 a month or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's
You're
not like
still
I'm
doing it.
treading water. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm
You're
actually
still doing it.
creating. Yes, I'm still doing it. So with the
So
listings
what's
I have,
next?
yeah.
What's next for you? What's next for Racynta? What are your goals for 2025?
My goals for 2025 is do more things with investors to get more people to target and invest into the Alabama market where there's land development or things of that sort. I'm really now geared towards the investment side once I saw how I created with this other investor that came into the market. I want to do more investment properties, flips. I want to be
Mm,
able to sell my investment courses to get people and do mentorship with that too, to create wealth. I say leverage the land and create real estate wealth. So that's my target for
brilliant.
2025.
There
Yeah.
we go. There we
Yeah.
go.
So
And
coaching and all of that, all
that's
of
the
it.
way to do it. That's the
Yes.
way to do it.
Yes.
So our last question is always the same because here at Icons, we are the #1 real estate podcast network, and we are passionate about making podcasting accessible to everybody involved in the business of real estate. So if you had a podcast, what would you call it, Racinta?
Oh, look, I am actually starting my new podcast this week on my birthday, which is December, to get me wet. Get my feet wet. I'm sorry, not get me wet, but get deep dive into podcasting world because I have so much that I want to give. So I'm only doing 7 minutes starting off, and then I'm going to start interacting with other people. So it's Unbreakable Ambition, which is my book. That's for sale right now, Amazon. So it's Unbreakable Ambition for realtors, struggling realtors, beginner realtors, or realtors that's basically burnt out. It's going to be geared around the struggles that we endure each day on real estate and creating that mindset to change things, whether it's creating a better vision of targeting our goals instead of just doing our goals at the first of the month, a year, and then just letting them go away. I always target goals and I hit goals. So Unbreakable Ambition for real estate agents would be my podcast.
Awesome.
Mhm.
For the listeners, oh, how do they get in touch if they like what they hear and they don't just want to buy or sell in Alabama, but maybe they want to reach out to you for coaching and they want to know a little bit more about investing and flipping? How do they reach you?
CoachHomechaser.com. You can do coachhomechaser.com or info@coachhomechaser.com. That's my email, info@coachhomechaser.com. And also yourhomechaser.com is my email, my website. My website is coachhomechaser.com. Email is info@coachhomechaser.com.
Brilliant. There you
Yeah.
go. Well,
And you
look,
can always call me. My number is online or 334-538-6219. So I'm here to empower, to help, to uplift. That's what I feel like my calling is. And I'm ready for the journey. I'm ready for 2025 to see what we have and what we could do as real estate agents. So I feel like it's going to be a new beginning. So
there you
got to
go.
keep it
Good
going.
things
Yeah,
coming. Good things
good things
coming.
coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. It's been a pleasure speaking to
All
you.
right.
And to the listeners, I'll be back next time with the Icons of Real Estate. Bye for now.